Welcome back. So, looking at the northern issues and northern conversation among the Nigerian Northern Youth Assembly, and Vincent is trying to join us from Nasarawa State to give us a perspective on this particular conversation. Vincent, are you there right now? All right. So we are trying to look at it from the northern perspective, from Kano down to because the Northern Youth Assembly represent the 19 northern states and a threat to an attack on the number two man of the Senate, which happens to be like the number five man of the country, is like an attack on Nigeria. So, what has must have led to this attack? Could it have been that the northern youth are angry at the bill and placing it on the person of Jibril, who happens to be the Senate Deputy Senate President? Are they taking it personal on him? What about other senators? Let's look at this issue. And also, what about the issues around the justification that has been given so far on the bill? But let's look at this. Let's look at this issue, Vincent, at this point in time from its generality. Vincent, good morning and welcome to Signature Morning. All right, we're trying to get Vincent to talk to us. Vincent, good morning. If you can hear me,
Well,
Vincent, good
Colin, good
morning.
morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to Nigerians. Glad to be on your show today.
All right, Vincent, let's
Hello,
get
can you hear
into
me?
the conversation quickly. What do you make of this development on the attack of the Deputy Senate President as it stands right now, even by way of later and also other verbal attack that he has received so far, even on the social media handle, as the one being there to preside over the second reading of the bill, and the most northerners frown at it. What do you make about this development in general?
Well, Mr. Godwin, one thing you should know is that this is actually expected. It is nothing new. Of course, you should know that the Deputy Senate President, as it were, would stake his neck for the president. You know the processes that actually led to his emergence. And of course, despite the fact that some Northerners are not really cool with the bill, but of course, he is a member of the All Progressive Party, and he would actually, and a top-ranking member of this government, he has to, defend the policies and programs and plans of this administration. The issue here is the concern is why is it that we're having this concern or expression of anger, particularly coming out from the north. You know, one would say if you look at this bill critically, the bill would actually impose a lot of hardship on Nigerians. That is the truth, because this bill seeks to increase VAT from where it is today, which is 7.5% to 10%. And that is not just the end. It will also increase it further. And aside, the VAT that we're talking about, you also have other issues like excise on telecom, excise on, development levy on companies. This will definitely affect you and I. But the issue is the North shouldn't take this personal. I think Nigerians should, tell the president, yes, we know you want to make plenty of money, you want to get more money so that you can actually develop infrastructure for Nigerians, but there's a way you should go about it. But the coloration that the North is trying to give to this bill shouldn't be, because every Nigerians will bear the brunt of this bill. So it is not a northern thing. If you ask me, I would say it's not a northern thing. The feeling that it is only the north that will actually bear the brunt. No, that is not true. So
All right, so
it's
Vincent,
actually expected.
Governor Babangana Zulum has also come out to say that this bill will only favor Lagos State. as it stands right now, because Lagos has been at the forefront of some of the justification for this bill, as it should ensure that the sharing formulas and the or the formulation for the disbursement of funds are balanced across the country. Now, if Lagos State is going to be the major beneficiary, why are other governors at this point in time? What do you think that other governors are not talking about this? That this bill is going to be to their own disadvantage, and we're getting more of the North clamoring for
Hello, Godwin,
the
can you hear
unjustified
me?
nature of this bill. What do you make of this
Hello?
whole scenario?
Hello?
Yeah, Vincent, can you hear me?
Hello, Godwin. Can
Yeah,
you hear
Vincent, I'm
me?
trying to find out from you right now. Babangana Zulum, governor of Borno State, have come out to say that this bill will favor Lagos State more. That is, Lagos will be the major beneficiary of this bill. But he's the governor. And if Lagos State is going to be major beneficiary of this bill, we have 35 other state governors that are not coming out to talk about the disadvantage that the bill will pose to their region. But right now, we're hearing more of the Northerners coming out to say that this bill is of this more disadvantage to the North. What do you make of this scenario when governors are not speaking out?
Mr. Godwin, one thing I want to cast your mind back to the day the FIRS chairman visited the National Assembly. That is Adedeji. You know, the day he actually visited, Zax Adedeji visited the National Assembly, he made an argument. He said, as it is today, 5 states, including the FCT, are taking over about 75% of the VAT, that is being generated from this country. But this reform, the tax reform bill, will go a long way to remove all those special, allocation to states like Lagos, states like, Ogun, and the FCT. And in that very incident, in that very event, the members of the House of the National Assembly, as it were, clapped, applauded the chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue, because he actually told them the benefit of this bill. And as it stands today, from the sharing formula, states will be taking 55% of whatever is being generated, from VAT, which shows a kind of, a reverse of what was actually obtainable before now. But as I said earlier on, remember I told you that this will actually cause serious poverty in the land. As it stands today, what is your take home? What are you taking home? And the VAT will be moved from 7.5% to 10%. That is not just the end. At some point, it will be moved higher. And you also have other levies, as I said, telecom levies, excise on telecom. This will also be, at the end of the day, you will be the one paying. Yes, the telecom will be the companies that will be paying, but they will charge those, whatever they will be paying indirectly from you. They will not just get the money from the blues. So from the airtime you buy, from the data you buy, you are going to be contributing to whatever money that these telecom industries will be paying. And companies that will now be levied 25% of whatever they are generating,
I think we've lost your network at this point in time, Vincent. But I want to say thank you so much, Samuel Vincent, for joining us. All right, Vincent, are you still there?
as it were, Robin, just hold on. I think Nigerians should all rise, not the North. The Nigerians should all rise and tell the president, look at, he has increased minimum wage. Nobody has been paid. What has actually changed? Fuel has moved from 200 to over 1,000 naira today. But you are the lowest, worker in Nigeria is still earning 30,000 naira. Forget the fact that they have moved it to 70 something thousand, I think 73,000 naira. So poverty is in the land. The president should look for a way to do things differently. This approach of trying to make business, turn Nigerians into customers, I don't think is the best approach.
Vincent, I'm still curious at this point in time. Why are other state governors not talking about the disadvantage that this particular tax reform will pose to their state? Why is it just the northern governors?
Godwin,
Yeah,
Nigeria is a very funny country. Can you hear me, Godwin?
loud and clear, Vincent. Go ahead.
Nigeria is a very foreign country. To answer this your question, let me cast your mind back. Under the government of President Muhammad Buhari, then we had a situation in Benue where the then governor of Benue State, His Excellency the then Governor Samuel Otom, was crying about the insecurity in Benue State. But at a point, we got to discover that they told us that what is happening in Zamfara, what is happening in Benue is child's play. That people were being killed daily in Zamfara in their numbers. But because of certain interest, people will not honor, people will not rise up and defend what is right for their people. We play politics with everything in this country, and that is not good for us. That is the example I just gave you. I told you that in Benue, people were being killed, the governor was crying, but in Zamfara, nobody was saying anything. But in the end, they told us that in Zamfara, what was happening was times 2, 3, 4 of what was happening in Benue. So as it sees today, a lot of these governors wouldn't want to be on the black book of the president. They want to be his friend, they want to be his party, and that is not really good for the nation. You see, we have to stand by the people. The president did not elect you to become governor of, Kogi State or Kano or Lagos as it were. It is the people of these states, the electorate of these states that went out and gave you their mandate. And so you should defend, the interest of these people.
All right, Vincent.
Anything short of that, you're playing politics with the lives of Nigerians.
All right, so Vincent, all over the social media and all the new media space, a lot of people have come out to say that the Northern Youth Assembly are correct.
Hello, Mr. Godwin.
Vincent, are you with me, Vincent? Vincent, can you hear me?
Well, I can hear you now.
Okay, so a lot of people have come out within the social media space and the new media space to say that the Northern Youth Assembly and the President and the Secretary General of the Northern Youth Assembly are very correct with their confrontation to the Deputy Senate President in a way of writing an open letter, and also a lot of verbal attacks, on the ground verbal attacks that have been going on. But do you think at this point that it is a correct move to make by the Northern youth, especially in this time and day? Won't it be as a major abuse or discrimination, or try to ridicule the office of the Deputy Senate President, even as it stands?
Well, Mr. Godwin, one thing I would like you to understand is I stand for the fact that people should respect people's offices. But one thing you should know, Nigerians have actually lost that sense for a very long time. You and I, were here in 2013, 2014, when not just the Deputy Senate President, but the President of this country was insulted and ridiculed. And so if the President of a nation, can be insulted and ridiculed, to that extent, who then do you think these people cannot insult? But again, the issue is it in their right to write an open letter to their Deputy Senate President? Yes, it is within their constitutional right to write to the Deputy Senate President, not just the Deputy Senate President. They should write to the Senate President.
All right, Vincent. I want to say thank you so much. We have to let you go at this point in time, Vincent Samuel. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Godwin, for having me. Thank you, Nigerians.
All right, thank you so much, Vincent. We'll go for this short break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about Night Fest, about the cultures of Nigeria and how to harness our cultural differences. Please stay with us as the show continues in a moment.